Welcome back to Successful Journals. We've got the legendary Mr. James Kamte, pro golfer, and today he's going to share some of his success stories with us. Mr. James, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Ronaldo. Appreciate and I'm happy to be here sharing my story with you guys.
Fantastic. All right. Firstly, for many people that are unfamiliar with the sport, just tell us a bit more about yourself and how it all began.
Oh, I'm a professional golfer now, eh? It started at a small place called Humansthorpe, where we had a golf course at the background of our location, and where my brother was a caddy and playing at the same time. We were young at that time, and I used to go and watch my brother play, and I never knew I'd play. So I started off as a caddy in Humansthorpe, and then as time goes on, I developed a lot of interest into the sport. The nice thing I liked about the sport is that it was an individual sport, and you can only blame yourself for everything that goes wrong with the game. So I asked my brother to get me involved into the sport, and he didn't hesitate, and I started caddying for him, and there onwards I started learning as time goes on, and worked hard, managed to get myself somewhere with the game, and I'm still trying.
That's fantastic. All right, you mentioned that working hard, I'm sure that was the key to your success as well. Just with regards to golfing itself, from amateur to being a pro, just tell us a bit more about that.
Oh yeah, golf is a different game. It's different to all other sports, you know. It's a long journey. It takes a lot of years. It takes a lot of experience. You gotta grow. And for me, it took me about 4 years from amateur to professional. And I think what I did most, I practiced for 1 year, which for most golfers it would be about 2 years. So I was very dedicated, and I put all the hours. I didn't want to leave a minute out of my work, and I never got distracted because I was very focused, and I knew what I wanted to do. You know, I wanted to win golf tournaments. I wanted to be an international player, and it all started while I was an amateur because I had to achieve something. So I needed to put all the work. So if I didn't put all the hard work, you know, physically, spiritually, and mentally, I don't think it would have been possible, you know. And whatever I did, I think all the credit for me goes to God, you know, because I always have put him up first, and he has been my rod throughout my whole journey. And yeah, it's for me, from amateur to professional golf, it's a work I've put in, mentally, physically.
Fantastic. All right, and what are some of the achievements that you've achieved in the sport, whether it is playing in another country or winning events?
Oh, people ask me that question. I think being a role model is one of the things I've always wanted to have on my shoulders, because I love giving back and sharing with the people around me. But my achievement in golf, while winning first, you know, playing in some of the majors, traveling the whole world, but most importantly, it was what I've written on my working schedule, that I want to meet the best in the world in the game that I play, and associate with them and fit off with them. So through my hard work, I managed to meet Jack Nicklaus, Gary Player, and spent a lot of time with Tiger Woods, which was one of my achievements in the, in my golfing career, because it's a difficult guy to get close to, but I knew what I had to do to get myself close to him, and I said to myself, if you have to play well enough and get yourself into that level, that's the only way you're gonna meet him. You're not just gonna walk in there, and there are a lot of people who wanna walk in, but you need to play yourself in and get yourself there. Be on the same tournament, and by that way, that's how you're gonna do it. And how you're gonna do that? You need to prepare yourself mentally, physically, and with your game. So I put on all that hard work to do that, just to achieve that. And my second achievement was to play in a major, because you don't get to play in the major tournaments in golf. It's so difficult. You gotta go through your rankings, you gotta work yourself hard. Just to be ranked number 500 in the world, you've done well. It's the biggest achievement, because it's not easy. Golf is not easy. There's millions of guys that are professional golfers out there. So that was my other achievement. My third achievement was for me to win internationally. Go out in the world and win and play better, and put South Africa on the map. And I did that. And my last achievement was to win locally as many tournaments as I can, so that I can also motivate some of the underprivileged players in South Africa to know that it is doable, and with God, it's able. He's able to do that.
Amazing. And would you say that being strong physically and mentally and putting in the hard work not only applies to golf, but to other sports or other industries as well?
Oh yes. And for me, as I'm growing, getting older, I've realized that it was not about the physical strength anymore. For me, lately I know, and that's what I'm working on, and it's not about physical strength anymore. 80% goes into your head. If your mind is strong and your spiritual life is strong, you are about to achieve as much as you can, because that's where the strongest part lies, in your head and your spiritual life. The physical life, really, for my sport, it's not about the physique. It's about how strong is your mind, and I always put that with my spiritual life, which is, for me, I can see greater things coming. I can see it, and I gotta work towards that again. So I think in life you just need to have that spiritual strength and your mental strength.
Yes. And tell us a bit more about traveling from Humisdorp throughout the world and then coming back to Cape Town.
Humisdorp is my
Pinnacle point.
Yeah, Humisdorp, every time I want to achieve something, I go to Humisdorp. You get to Humisdorp. When you get to Humisdorp, you're like, nothing is gonna come out of this small town. So for me, it just motivates me so much that this is where it all started, and it will always end up here. My parents are there, my family is there, my friends are there, and leaving Humisdorp, traveling all over the world, it's never stopped me. Even if I'm in the US, even if I'm in England, it never stops me thinking about Humisdorp. There's so much of my fun part and my happiness is back in Humisdorp with my family. And growing up in Joburg, between Joburg and England and the US and Asia, it's never stopped me from going back to Humisdorp. But unfortunately, I ended up in Cape Town, which I never thought I would. I think moving to Cape Town was because when I went through my divorce, so I came to Cape Town, where I thought I could start and find something new. With God's grandeur, I think it was the best move I've ever made. I became more positive. I started seeing things happening again, and it was all relying on me now if I was ready for that.
It's amazing. It's amazing. All right, and just with regards to the sport itself, what are some of the events that you are going to be taking part in that are upcoming and preparing for?
Oh, absolutely. I'm playing next week. I'm gonna play 3 tournaments just to warm up,
Yeah.
and because I miss competing, you know. And during the COVID, we couldn't play, and I was just out there grinding myself out, just getting ready to get back, not just play, you know, to get back to the top. You know, I don't want to just come back and just play for the sake of playing. If I can't win, I don't see myself playing, because I don't play for fun. I play to win. I compete, you know. So I got the next 3 tournaments: Joburg 2, Limpopo, then Cape Town, and then the one I won at Fancourt. So I'm really looking forward to those tournaments. You know, my mind, my spiritual life, and everything is already into those tournaments.
Fantastic. All right. Now, it hasn't been all ups. There's been some downs. It's a roller coaster. What are some of the challenges you have faced personally, and how did you overcome them?
Oh, I call myself, I was walking in the wilderness, you know, because with God, challenges with God, He calls them walking in the wilderness, you know. And I've always said that if God allows me to walk in the wilderness, He is got greater things for me to achieve going forward. All what I needed to do was not to give up, you know, because I got to situations where I nearly wanted to give up, you know. I thought golf was no longer there for me, you know. And you know, when you're going through challenges, you do so many things just to overcome, you know, what you're going through. And I think for my side, I did it the other way around, you know, where I just said, just go out, have fun with your friends, and forget about it. And I saw it's just going too far. It doesn't end. So I needed to make a decision. Do I want to get back, or I don't want to get back? But fortunately, I found people along the way, you know, Joe, Bukule, you know, my pastor in PE, where they all get together and said, what is it that we can help you with? Because we can see that you are frustrated and your talent is going into a dustbin. Before it does that, let's do something before it's too late. I tell you what, 10 years of being in the wilderness, it took me 3 days to be in a happy space again. That was amazing. That was the amazing part. And seeing things differently, believing more than before. And I know it's going to take a little bit of work for me to achieve. And I don't like talking about my game a lot, but I'm going to tell you one thing, I'm going to win tournaments.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I love your spirit. It's positive and it's very influential. Now, with regards to going forward, as well as just a bit about you as a man outside of the sport. What type of person are you?
Oh, I'm still trying to find one person that I have wronged. I like to make people laugh, you know. I like to help where I can help. So we have a slogan. I just opened up my foundation recently. My slogan in my foundation is this: I don't give because I have. I give because I know what it's like not to have. So that's how I grew up my whole life. And right now, I am searching, not just in South Africa, in Africa. I'm searching for another James. I'm searching for another Tiger Woods that is underprivileged, that can go out there and make a difference to another kid's life, not just only for himself. And I believe there's a lot of kids out there that have the same talent I have, or even more. And my job is to discover that talent which is uncovered, and give another kid an opportunity, because I was given an opportunity. So it's about time that I give other kids an opportunity as well.
Fantastic. All right. And the name of the foundation for people that would like to help?
Or it's pretty simple. It's a James Kamte Foundation. It's on Facebook, which I'm not that big into social media. I think my CEO Tabisa will know more about it. As I say, my job is just to focus on the golf and giving lessons to the kids. And but I know that we're on Facebook, and it's starting to run. The page is running, and the kids are starting to practice as well. And yeah.
And for people that want to join, let's say for lessons or to be a part of the foundation, do they go through Facebook, or how do they?
Well, it depends. I think Facebook is better. You just drop an SMS on Facebook, and then you tell us your location, where you are, and then we'll try and find a way how we can get you, because we are only in Humansdorp and here in Cape Town. So we're gonna start here in Cape Town very soon. Just waiting for Bukula to finalize the academy here, so that we can start moving from here. But we are willing to help, because I'll be traveling now. If someone is in Bloemfontein, I don't mind going to Bloemfontein and meet the kids, and make sure we leave them with someone that can help them on that side. As I'm saying, we are just focusing first where I was born and started. Then from there we're going to expand, going all over the country.
So it'll be an academy.
It will be an academy, yeah. It will be an academy.
Yes, all right. And for young people and people of your age that look up to you, what words of encouragement would you share with them?
There is no shortcut in life. Work hard. But with all those things I've just said now, without God, it could be impossible. But if God is on your side, if you put God first, I put my life on the pipeline, you will succeed. If you have God on your side, you will succeed. Get yourself together, try God. And that's going to be my book that says, try God. I'm not just saying it, I went through it for 10 years. And I tried God. It took me 3 days to get myself back to normality and better. So I'm not going to go around circles with people. I always say, if you want to get things done, not maybe, it's a definite. God will make things happen for you. Just try God.
Fantastic. Right. And for people that want to get a hold of you, where can they reach you?
Oh, I'm on Facebook. I'm very, very live on Facebook. And if someone just goes on Facebook, types my name, you can just send a